everybody. Welcome to Tuesday on the road with Paperboy Trucker. Let's see. I picked up this load of 7 palletized coils yesterday afternoon in kind of the outskirts of Houston. And I made it to a Love's in Beaumont, Texas. Spent the night there. There was plenty of room there, by the way, because there was road construction, and I actually had to drive probably 5 or 6 miles on the detours to get in and out of the place. But anyway, so I've got this load, that delivers to Mount Airy, North Carolina tomorrow. Currently 9 a.m. appointment, which is going to be kind of tough. I've told the fleet manager, we'll see how it goes. That's going to be a pretty tough time to make, but we'll just see how today ends up. I left out this morning about, it was like 2:20, I think, when I left, hit the road, Central Time. Currently, I've been traveling across I-10 most of the day. I was on I-12 there for a little while, but now I'm back on I-10, so I'm just scooting along the lower edge of the country. Currently in Mississippi, passed through the Gulfport exit about half an hour ago. I'm probably 20 or 25 miles from the Alabama border, and then I start kind of angling up to the northeast. But I wanted to talk a minute about a message. I got a message from a fella named Jason earlier today, and he was asking about the tarps. How hard is it to lift the tarps that we use up onto the trailer? And Jason, if you go way back into my video list, you'll find, of course, it's not labeled anything about tarping, so you might have a hard time finding it. But I did do a video where I showed myself lifting all the tarps onto the trailer. But I'll try to do that again soon on a video. But Jason says that he's a strong person, but he has some lower back issues and doesn't like to lift more than, say, 50 or 60 pounds often. And the tarps we use, we've got those canvas green tarps, which are very light. Each one of them probably doesn't weigh 20 pounds. And then you have the 4-foot drop tarps, vinyl tarps, the smaller version of our 2 vinyl tarps. I've never weighed those, but I'm kind of guessing, they probably weigh 50 pounds. But they're not hard to throw up on the trailer. It's the big 8-foot drop tarp with the barn door on one end, that we have to use for drywall loads, some lumber products, that kind of stuff, usually. Those are the heavy ones. And again, I'm kind of guessing on the weight of those, but, it might be 110 pounds or something like that. And they are difficult to lift onto the trailer. Which you rarely have to do. For the most part, you're moving them around, you're rolling them up, rolling them around, you gotta lift them 10 inches up into the tarp pops. Occasionally I've had to lift it up onto the trailer, but usually if you have to get those big tarps up on your load, the forklift, the loader, the forklift driver will put them up on top of the load for you. So it's just a matter of getting up on the load, either climbing up there somehow, or you know, they'll have maybe some ladders, rolling ladders for you to use, different scenarios. But it's a matter of just getting up on the load and rolling them out and positioning them up on the load and draping them over. So you don't really have to lift those very often at all. And you know, a lot of the places, like drywall places especially, will drape them. You know, they'll have a crew and an apparatus that will actually hoist the tarps onto your load for you, so it's already up there. So I wouldn't let that scare you. I mean, I think Jason said that he had kind of, you know, he's looking at trucking, but he's kind of stayed away from flatbedding because of his fear of the, you know, back issues. And, you know, flatbedding definitely will test your physical abilities more than other types of trucking. So, you know, if you've got physical limitations like that, you know, you maybe should be concerned. But, and I've said this on previous videos, I actually enjoy that part of flatbedding because it gives me a chance to get some exercise, you know, and use my muscles. So there's some days, you know, where, like this load I'm hauling right now, you know, I had to get up and down off the trailer several times, you know, getting my chains positioned, getting my tarps on. You know, I had to use 2 canvas tarps. I put timbers on top of the coils, which I'll try to show you all that when I'm getting, you know, untarped and all. I actually had a load similar to this a few weeks ago, and we were not able to get it uploaded. You know, I hated that because I had addressed the issue of number 1 and number 2 hookups, which somebody had asked me about. But anyway, we were not able to get that particular video uploaded, so I'll try to address that again with this load. But you know, it was a physically pretty demanding load, you know, just because, you know, up and down off the trailer, I had to carry 8 chains around and all the binders, and I set 3 timbers up on top of the load, you know, to make the TP on the tarps, and then, you know, 2 canvas tarps, and then the 2 4-foot drop tarps. You know, it was a fair amount of work there for an hour or so. But you know, if you're worried about that, you have some issues, and you think that would be a problem for you, that is a legitimate concern. You know, I don't want to try to encourage you to get into something that wouldn't be the best option for you. There's other trucking gigs out there, you know, if you've got a problem like that. But I wouldn't let the fear of lifting the tarps solely be your determining factor, because I mean, the big tarps anyway, you don't have to lift them up on the trailer very often at all. I mean, rarely actually. Now you will have to lift the smaller tarps onto the trailer quite often, but that's not hard to do. Okay, well, just giving you a little footage here on I-10 heading east. You know, on my GPS, I can see the Gulf of Mexico clearly. I'm only a few miles from the water. And I'm just a few miles from the Alabama line. But there's just some road footage for the morning. I'll get back to you later. Well, normally I would say good Wednesday morning, everyone, but this has not been a good Wednesday morning. Oh, let me tell you what's happened. I stopped last night at a Flying J in Noonan, Georgia, right there on I85, about 20 miles south of Atlanta, southwest of Atlanta. Got my clock back just after 2 a.m. this morning. Got up at 2, hit the road. I had already fueled up when I parked there, so I was ready to go. Got through Atlanta before the traffic got busy, so that was all good. Everything was fine until I got about 30 miles northeast of Atlanta, still on I-85, and traffic came to a stop. And I've been completely at a standstill for, oh man, it's been over 2.5 hours, close to 3 hours. So I'm just burning my clock. There's been different reports from the CB chatter. Sounds like now that the sun is up, they can see more what's going on. It sounds like the leading theory is that there was maybe a flatbed truck on the shoulder of the road, possibly a hotshot flatbed, a pickup truck pulling a flatbed. Not sure about that, but it sounds like there is a dead body in the road. They've got it covered up, so it sounds like maybe here comes another police vehicle. There's been several. There's a state officer, Department of Public Safety. Maybe that's a coroner. There's been several vehicles come through here over the past few hours. It's just, when you get an accident, a fatality like that, they just have to kind of stop everything, and investigations take over, protocols. They got to make sure everything is handled properly. So we haven't moved a lick. Just been in a total shutdown for all this time, and who knows how much longer it'll be. It's it's 8:07 a.m. Eastern time now. I've still got over 4 hours to go to get to my customer, so hitting the target arrival time will definitely not happen. And I may not have any time left when I get there. Who knows? But anyway, that's what's happening. I'll update you some more later. Well, guys, traffic finally just started moving. So we've been totally shut down for 3 hours. And getting reports on the CB that there might be a truck now that's broke down in one lane up here. So I don't know what's going on, but I thought I would show you some of the morning frustration. But yeah, the story is we had a fatality up here, a dead body in the road. And supposedly it's gotten cleared off. And we're moving now. I do see some blue lights reflecting off another truck up here. I think they're forcing everybody over into the left lane, because from the CB chatter, there's a driver up here in the right lane that is either broke down, can't start his truck, or something. He's asleep. Don't know. We'll see something in a minute. There's something going on. I don't know what he's doing. He must be broke down. Well, hopefully when I get around this, we'll be moving again.